Beautiful. So we're going to take a little practice here, a simple practice. It's going to be great if you spend a bit of time sitting, a nice way to unlock some of those stiff areas that might come about. Tess is here, she's going to be demoing, and we're just going to start seated. So you could start sitting in your chair as you are. She's sitting on a shin, just going to take some simple shoulder circles here to begin. It's nice to get these areas moving. They're often areas that hold a bit of that stiffness, so to get a bit of blood flow through them to break up some of the tension, a really good start. You can go forwards and you can go backwards, of course. We're looking for slow, steady movements in our practice, so see if you can attend to that a little. Yeah, that's looking good. And then we're going to take a little bit of a side bend here. So Tess is going to take her right arm to the sky, and then a little side bend up and over. And again, you can do this sitting in a chair or the like, or if it feels more comfortable to find a place like this. Beautiful stretch now, starting to open up some of the side parts of the spine. And you take a couple of breaths in that shape, and then simply swap it over to the other side. So it'll be the left arm for you guys. That'll go up and over. And with vinyasa practice, we want to make sure that we're breathing in a rhythmic way. So here, Tess is going to be trying to inflate her right ribs a little, or left ribs for her, in fact. Good, and then come through center, and we'll take a little twist. So the spine moves in three main directions. The twist is another useful one. So here, she's twisting to her left. It might be your right, but either way, we're looking for a nice long spine and across. You take the breath here, so there's that sense of steadiness and calm, not letting ourselves get too rushy. And then simply swap to the other side. She's using the hand behind her to lift up a little. So that can be, again, in the seat or on the armrest, but create a nice unlocked spine. So good, healthy postures, plus a little rotation. Really nice, nutritious for the spine. Beautiful. And then back to center. And here, we're going to come to hands and knees. So you might turn side on for us, yeah. And what we're doing here is what we call cat-cow. And so she's going to be opening up the chest and taking a big arc in the spine as she breathes in. Yeah, and then she's going to round over as she breathes out. And she'll just keep doing this a couple of times, and you might be as well. And here, opening up the chest as you inhale, nice little expression there. And then as you round over, you want to engage the core a little. So this yoga practice tends to work muscles on both sides of the body and gets good lubrication and awakeness across the whole torso in this scenario. Beautiful. Downward facing dog is the next pose we're going to take. And so downward facing dog is a classic pose. Now, of course, there's a bit of load on the arms. So, if you can make sure the hands are nice and strong, push the floor away. If it's too much, of course, just wait for a little moment. There'll be another pose that'll come to you. Tess is going to take the right leg to the sky. It's called a three-leg dog, extending up and away. It feels nice to lengthen and engage the body. And then tiger curl. Bring that knee through, Tess. Yeah, and you're going to step, drop the back knee down. We'll take a low lunge. So low lunge is this shape here. And so if you're uncomfortable on that back knee, you're certainly welcome to put a little cushion or something underneath it. What we're interested in is that there's a bit of strength in the legs, so you feel some effort and awakeness in the legs. Tess is doing an awesome job of wrapping in the core here, and the way that she's going to be stretching, she'll be feeling it across the front of her left hip. And so if you spend a lot of time sitting, the hip gets a little kind of condensed and compressed, so here she is opening up the other direction. Really nice pose for the body. We'll take one last big breath in. Then to downward facing dog. You can plant the hands. She's going to step back. And we'll go the same thing on the other side. So left leg goes to the sky. Inhale, reaching up and away. Tiger curl is just the name for this, rolling the knee through so we can step. You can use your hand to help. Back knee goes down. Again, pat it if need be. And then here we are in this low supported lunge. And so see if you can keep the core awake and get a sense of engaging, opening through that right hip. So we're working on kind of balancing areas we might get a little stiff or areas that might get a little weak. A lot of us, the core is one of those, so keep wrapping that on. And take one more breath in, please. And then downward facing dog. Okay. We're going to take the right leg up to the sky and we'll kind of extend on from here. It's going to be a tiger curl, so the knee comes through. It's a way to step forwards, this time a pose called crescent lunge. Now, if this is not for you, you're super welcome to have that back knee down and just take the second round of this, yeah? So that's where we were, but now this is where we are. A crescent lunge, we teach this a lot in our studio. It's a lot of strength, a lot of engagement. So press down through the right heel, and that'll help fire up your butt muscles and your thigh muscles. So you're getting this real sense of strength swelling up. And even still, you're still feeling that stretch in the front of the left hip. Got super form, nice long lines through the body. It's nice to feel a little sense of elegance. Sometimes you get a bit kind of wrinkled and compressed, so it's nice just to kind of open things back up again. Take a big inhale. Downward facing dog, plant the hands. step on back. All we're going to be doing is swapping to the other side, so you can just step through if you want, but left leg will go to the sky for Tessa. Here's that beautiful curl through and stepping to a crescent lunge on this side. And so even though we say crescent lunge, she's actually doing a beautiful job of keeping the spine super flat. So we're learning how to wick the load away. Some of us tend to compensate too much in our lower back, for what our hips should be doing, whereas as she engages, you see that shape really form up. And so here's a beautiful, strong center and getting a nice opening through the hips. A couple more breaths. It's nice to always come back to the breath. Sometimes we find ourselves not breathing when we're a little tense. Good to breathe. Yeah, take one more inhale. Then downward facing dog. I'm going to plant the hands. And then from here, just going to tiptoe up towards the top of the mat. Yeah. We'll usually bend off the knees a lot. That's going to help. And then take a halfway lift. So it's a flat spine. You can use your hands on your thighs, as Tessa is. And then forward fold, we bow down. Let's take that 2 more times. So a halfway lift. For those who do more gym style stuff, it might be more like a deadlift position. Yeah. And then we forward fold, we bow. We go one more time. Breathe in, we lift. And fold and bow. And we'll just stay here a couple of moments. What we're doing, keep the knees relatively bent, but allow the torso to relax. Even the head, sometimes we hold tension there, like unnecessarily. So you can give a little bit of a bob, a little let go. Or if it feels comfortable, even sway the torso very gently from side to side, as Tess is doing here. Super release for the lower back, these areas where we tend to get dense. See if we can space it up a little. And then you're going to roll up towards standing. So take your time. You can slowly walk your hands up your body if you need support. When you get to standing, try and stand tall and proud. Have the weight in the heels and have a little energy running up the legs, even the belly a little firm here. And you can see the height that we get here and almost a sense of kind of elegance across the chest, not rounding anymore, quite open. Beautiful. We're going to take a little bit of a balance. We're going to go to stork pose. So it'll be the right knee to your chest. And then if you feel comfortable to hold on to it, you can. This is a nice, strong pose. It helps to wake up the balance, obviously, on the right foot, which is really important, and the stability across the left glute. And then you can stay in this shape. Yeah, or you can take it to what we're going to call an open eagle. Open eagle, she's crossing the ankle over the thigh and then sitting on down. Just taking hands to heart on this one. And this is a really nice one to open the direction we call external rotation in the hip. So as you sit down, there's still the stability and the balance occurring, but there's beautiful openness occurring in the other hip as well. We come back up to stork pose, knee to chest. Beautiful, and foot to floor, release it down. And we'll simply take that same thing on the other side. So if you guys would be the left knee to chest, here's that strength. So for you guys, it'll be the right butt muscle, right heel that's really pushing down, getting that engagement on the straight leg. And you can feel that little dance. Balance is a process. It's good to recognize that even when we're standing 2 feet on the ground, there's always a little adjustment going. So you want to listen in for that. And super welcome to stay here. This is challenging for a lot of us. Or take open eagle, ankle over the thigh. As we sit on down, gaze is finding a steady place. Breath is rhythmic. We're just crafting the skills of openness, of strength, of balance in the body. Really nice. Bring the knee to chest, stork pose as you breathe in. And then foot to floor, and we just stand in Tadasana. A nice tall posture, maybe you feel a little more strength in the legs, maybe a bit more length and openness in the spine. Take your hands to your heart, just take a little moment, pay a little respect for yourself. Thank you.